Okay, back to the 77. Picked up a dump truck. It's not a 77, that's a Chevy. We'll get back to that. Picked up a dump truck the other day. Little single axle. Put a U-joint in it. 42,000 miles on it. 45, I don't know. Something like that. Old county truck or something, but she seems to be a good old truck. I think it's going to need glow plugs and the injectors cleaned, maybe replaced. Does good when you're driving it, as long as you're easy on it. But when you get up to about 15 to 1800 RPMs, she starts blowing the smoke and cutting out a little bit. But we threw a fuel filter on it, quart of tranny fluid in the gas tank. Enough treatment to treat about 100 gallons of fuel. It's only a 20-gallon tank, so that should be plenty. We'll see what happens. Anyway, here's the old 74 C10. I've made several videos on this truck. Started out, I was just going to be doing a carburetor intake. As you can see, we did a quick job December the 17th, sanding it down. Ground some of the little minor rust off and just shot it with some primer real quick. It's all going to get wet sanded back off, blocked out sooner or later. But I like to get everything just the way I want it for a go there. But I'm not a body guy either, so I rely on other people for that. Drinking Cooler's Light today. Don't judge. Anyway, here she is. It went from being a carburetor and intake job to a cam, lifters, water pump. It had a GM water pump on it. The fuel pump that I changed first on it was a GM fuel pump. The timing gear was the original timing gear in it. Had the carbon fiber ring around the tip of it. So I know that no one's never been in the motor. It's got the 882 heads on it. Just nothing but air pumps, but they do alright. I probably will still put a set of headers on it with those heads. I thought, well, I'll wait till I change the heads to do headers, but I think I'll go ahead and just throw the headers on it and leave those heads go for a while. I'm not racing this, so I don't want to get too carried away. You know, you don't really race long bed, square bodies chibbies because they weigh 10,000 pounds. But anyway, they don't weigh that much. Somebody will say, they only weigh 4,700. Anyhow, this is how it turned out. I kept my factory valve covers. I don't like those chrome jobs. I just really don't like any valve covers you order. They don't want to take oil. They're junk. They rust up real fast. Problem I ran into though is I got it all done, and after it would set, so I'd stop at the gas station, go in there and grab some wobble pops and hang around, and come back out 10 minutes later and go to start it, have a long crank time. And when you would get back here, you could actually get out and you could hear the gas boiling in the carburetor. So the gas we got these days is junk, and I had put a bunch of premium in it, but it still didn't dissipate that ethanol enough. So did some research and found out that you do need a 1-inch spacer plate. If you can find the wooden ones, all the race head guys say the wooden ones are the best. I know somebody that's got a couple, but they wasn't friends enough to come off of them. And I understand it. I get it. I had a ground up here at the front because it didn't have one. So I just flipped the old alternator bracket around. That normally bolts to the back of the alternator up there for no reason whatsoever. So I just flipped that around and said, heck, I'm just going to put it here because I didn't want to try to go to a manifold, you know. I didn't want to go up here. I didn't want it on the other side. Hook the old electric choke up. I see a lot of these where people jump into wiring and stuff that's in this harness for their choke. Just run a wire from an accessory port inside the truck. It's easy to do. Another thing on these that and somebody told me it was normal. If anybody can answer this question, either comment or email me at larrycaldwell44@yahoo.com. That's LARRYCALDWELL 44.yahoo.com. But the fan, even in the off position inside, and the blower switch all the way down, the fan still spins a little bit in this truck. It just, you can hear her turning at a very low speed. So I threw a blower motor on it. It was weak anyway from setting, and I changed the resistor. I even tested the switch inside, and it's good. So if anybody knows what's up with that, let me know. I'm probably going to put one of the old toggle wobbles inside of there, even though I hate to do that, but I can't stand for that to blow. Another thing I'm going to do is these trucks will burn you out in the summertime. This truck don't have air conditioning on it. Don't see it coming in the future. If it does, it's just going to be an aftermarket kit. I'm not going to go through all the work of converting this cab to that. It is a job. But what I'm going to do is there'll be an apparatus in here, and I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'll have it to where in the summertime you can turn a valve and it'll stop the coolant from going through the heater core, and it'll just circulate it right back around. You know, kind of like a bypass, but I'm not unhooking. And then come winter time, you just turn the valve back on to give the heater core water. That's going to help you out on hot days. Another thing I found out is I finally got a Delphi pump. I was getting the Spectras or whatever they call it from O'Reilly's and AutoZones, and they would put out 8, 10, 12 pounds of fuel pressure, and you don't want that on these. Your carburetor's not going to work right. But the second one I put on it, within a week, within about 3 days, started blowing fuel out of it. Made me mad. So I went, ordered a Delphi, got it on there, got the spacer plate on it. I have had it running. I let it run till it was at normal operating temperature, shut it off. Don't hear nothing gurgling down in there. So this is going to let me know if my floats need adjusted. In these Elderbrocs, you should not have to do a float adjustment out of the box. It should be done. Oh, baby. Oh, that makes Daddy so happy. That makes me so happy. The things that make you go, things that make you go, So that was driving me nuts. I ordered a thingy-majigger. I think I done threw. Look at this mess, guys. That's, you know, whatever. I got too many irons in the fire right now. Got U-joints going in here. Not this truck, but the Ford. Too many irons in the fire. Got a huge mess. This is not normally where I work on stuff at. This is just at home so that, you know, the wife can not talk to me. So here it is, man. Anyway, this is the final video. She's up, she is running. I will do a drive video once I get my GoPro going. She is a good old truck. Not every day you find one like that. So yeah. Until next time, have a good day.